Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Joel.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Grandpa.
I'm Aunt Becky. I'm Megan.
I'm Petey.
I'm Matt, and we're some of the Veggie boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Hey, do you feel any different today?
No, I don't feel any different today. Why? What's going on?
So you're telling me your feet don't feel any different? Because when I tried to put my boots on this morning for work, they were gone.
Who took your boots? Do you have mine on?
No, I didn't take your boots. They're not my boots. Joel, do you see how careful I have to be down here? I'm bootless. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. As you can see, I'm already having plenty of issues this morning. But if the biggest issue of my day is my dad took my boots, then I'll deal with it. I have been up in the farm market this morning working on setting it up and filling it up. And while I've been taking care of that, Joel has been down here feeding animals. I don't know how it happened, but he is
Relatively the same size.
Yeah, we wear the same size shoe, but like my boots are completely different from his. Slow down. Currently, we are moving some stuff around in front of the greenhouse. Not too long ago, we went through and secured all of our greenhouses to make sure that nothing would happen to the plastic if we had some really high winds. And we did that by going along the greenhouses and putting in some brackets and also using wiggle wire to tie up our ends. Now, this side of the greenhouse is one large sheet of greenhouse, and we don't have brackets going across the middle, so there's a high risk that this could tear. To combat that issue, we are taking our bales of soil, the soil that we use for our summer annuals and that we'll use for our hanging baskets, and we're taking them and lining them along this giant sheet of plastic. For those that remember the struggles we had trying to get in this soil, we're happy to have a little extra. When we get these bales of soil delivered, you can see they're stacked really tall. And Dad has to be very careful because nobody wants to be the guy that spills the dirt bags. Dad and I got those bales of dirt moved around, and in the meantime, Matthew was down here bagging potatoes. It looks like he was working on bagging some white potatoes. I don't know how many he needs, but we're gonna help him out. Now, when we are selling potatoes on the farm, we sell them a few different ways. The most popular ways that we sell them are 10 and 50 pound bags. But we will also sell quarts and loose potatoes. So if anybody wants like a potato or two potatoes, they can also buy that as an option. Now, with our bags of potatoes, the 10 pound bags, we sell them for $5 a bag. And then with our 50 pound bags of potatoes, we sell those for $20. Now, depending on where you live, that price may be high or low, but there's a lot of factors that go into deciding how much we're going to charge for our potatoes. As you guys know, we have a few different people that work here. We also have seed costs, and then we also have fertilizer costs, which is a big deal with potatoes because they need a lot of fertilizer. And all of that cost gets factored in to the end price. And what we've decided for this year is $5 for a 10 pound bag and $20 for a 50 pound bag. And from what we've seen for our area where we live, that's a pretty fair price. We're happy with that price too. Now, I have seen potatoes a little bit more expensive. When we were buying them in and selling them in the farm market, we had to have the price a little bit more, but now we were able to bring it down a little bit. And what we appreciate and our customers are happy with is that when we go through and harvest all of our potatoes and we store them, it allows us to keep that price lower for longer. Because we could charge more, but we're already making a profit. And if we're already making a profit, we want to make sure that our customers are taken care of as well. To finish off bagging potatoes, we do need a 50 pound bag of red. Now, the red potatoes are not as popular here at our farm market, but I have seen places where they are more popular than the white or yellow potatoes. We needed 5 bags of white, and we're gonna take 1 bag of red up. As we're searching through the potatoes to put them into bags, we always find potatoes that we're unable to keep for one reason or another. Now, we have in the past taken them and just eaten them ourselves, but there are some others that look forward to them as well. Potato time! And if we had a rock picker that worked, it wouldn't be that hard to take them and dump them. Hey, if you guys know anywhere we could get a rock picker, let me know. We'll use it. We were doing a little bit of talking about potatoes there, talking about rocks. I would love if there was a company close by that made like rock pickers or something like that, so we could get in touch with them and, you know, try one, see how we like it, but we gotta keep doing some looking. Well, that's moved. I think Joel's excited to get digging potatoes, but we're not digging potatoes today, even though I think we all wouldn't mind using that machine. That would be fun. Joel, I saw you move the potato harvester. I thought you were gonna go start digging all by yourself.
I was ready. I had Petey and Daniel. We were gonna get it done. Don't overflow the fuel oil. That's expensive.
Don't worry, Brian. I got it under control.
Pete, pick up your feet while you're in here. One more mistake and I'm kicking you out of the engine bay.
That's so soft. Now at this moment, we're kind of stuck in a waiting game. Dad wants to continue harvesting beans, but we're waiting for the dew to dry off. So in the meantime, we've been going through our bins of fall ornamentals back here at the farm, and anything that's bad or starting to rot, we're throwing out. And when I mean throwing out, I'm not saying we're just dumping it in a field. We're actually gonna feed these to the cattle. Pumpkins and squash are one of our cattle's favorite snacks. As a matter of fact, there is an enzyme in the seeds of pumpkins and squash that acts as a natural dewormer. So by throwing these pumpkins out or giving them to the cattle, they act as a feed source for the cattle and they act as a natural dewormer. And if I'm being 100% honest, I think the cattle love eating them just as much as we love feeding the pumpkins to them.
This is what happens when your pumpkins are outside when it gets frozen out. The tops freeze, and then when they thaw, they're squishy.
I have never seen a boy so happy to be using a grease gun before.
I really appreciate Daniel.
This is the new grease gun that Daniel bought. It works pretty well.
I've never hunted for grease zerks more in my life. I found them all.
This place gets busier and busier every year. See Joel with those traffic directing skills? Kind of incredible. Alrighty, Grammy has got lunch ready for us today. And Grammy, what did you make?
We have ham barbecue
Ham barbecue.
and sesame Asian noodles.
Looks good to me. Now to start off our afternoon, Dad is heading down. He is going to be cutting beans. We just got Joel hooked up to the drill. He's gonna be planting some rye as cover crop. And then myself, Daniel, and Matthew, we're gonna be taking the nets off the blueberries.
Does this wrap, like, it wraps all the way around? That's the bottom side, right? Yep.
Hello! We just got the nets pulled off the left and right side of our blueberry trellis. Now what we're gonna do is roll them up so that we can store them easier. And then for next year, when we need to get the nets out again, we can just pull them out, unravel them, put them back on our blueberry trellis. And there it goes. Those were all the nets that were on our blueberries. The blueberries have always been really popular among us as we were growing up. And now we're starting to put some new bushes in here, which is really important. A lot of these older bushes aren't producing as much as they used to. So we've got a few smaller plants started on this side and the other side of blueberries. So hopefully we'll be able to have blueberries, raspberries, and grapes for years to come. Are you playing?
Please.
Yes?
Please.
Looks like fun in here. You got so many toys?
Please.
Now, if anybody's been curious, the beans have been yielding okay. In a year like this where it was really dry as they were developing, we weren't expecting anything too crazy. We're happy with what we're getting, but it's not as good as it could have been. To be completely honest with you, we're just happy that we're able to harvest. Now, while we're working on this, Joel currently is putting rye down, which is a cover crop that we use. We like using rye for a few reasons. One of the biggest reasons we like using rye is because it adds nitrogen into the soil. And probably the second biggest reason is we can bale the rye straw up and sell it through the farm market. So adding nitrogen to the soil and being able to make a profit, two big bonuses we love about rye. I'm with Daniel and we're currently at the farm where we had our pumpkins. The whole bottom section down here, we have quite a few beans. So Dad is working on harvesting the beans and we're just here in case he needs some help. It is starting to get later on into the day, so we need to get home and feed the animals. Petey is here with Dad just in case, so if he needs anything, he'll be able to get taken care of. But we're gonna head home and get the animals taken care of and then close up the farm market. On the way home, we made a little bit of a detour. Joel is out here planting rye, and we just wanted to see how it was going. It's looking pretty good. The drill is doing its job. Man, I tell you what, it really shaped up to be a beautiful day. The hardest part about feeding is when the turkeys just show up and sit down right in front of you. They make everything way more difficult. Right? Say, I love just being around the action. Now you have your own area to eat. Why do you guys need to eat out of the cattle feeders? I guess the turkeys just do whatever they want around here. Once we finished taking care of the animals, we made our way up to the house. I got a shower really quick because I was covered in bean dust, and bean dust can make you itchy. And as you guys can see, there is no dinner on the table. That's because it's date night. And since it's date night, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!